she brought goodwill. Umam wami, she's the first woman I call it mama. So now that she's itonga, I should call her evil. Wow, you're disrespecting and disregarding who and what I am as an individual. And then now I'm supposed to call, yes, there was a man called Jesus. There was a man called Jesus. That man was used to follow the studies of Yeshua and preach them in his own way, so that they can capture a record of him being alive and existing somewhere. Yeshua, kana Yeshua aben ka Yosef. That's his name. He didn't have a surname. It's Yeshua ben.
Check out the space.
Yeshua ben Yosef.
Oh, I also celebrate.
Yeshua ben Yosef. That was his surname. Oh, Nino, Omuraga Paulos. Oh, your name is Nino Waga Paulos. That was the same name. Even when Paulos has passed on, you have to acknowledge him. Kemurawa Paulos, you have to call him in the prayer. He has to be acknowledged. He came before me. Keno Mijango Sereto. Gaureta or Namorawaga. Ubicha Damanola fitilim before you.
And that shows the legacy.
That
is a legacy because it goes continuously.
We learn through speaking. Our greatest lesson are passed through speaking. Yes, Parawami. You can find yourself closely interested in a subject and you don't understand why. Karata or follower. Listen, maybe you love the study of plants away from yourself. Nobody knows that. And every time you are alone, you're watching documentaries about plants and all that. In Zulu culture, Mwembulu is when, I'm not explaining it thoroughly how it goes, but there's an acknowledgement of Joseph. There was a man 20 years ago who lived exactly the way you are living. Even the way you are dressing, you remind us of that man. The way you kuluma corner your actions, you remind us of that man. That man, his name was so and so. We acknowledge you as the reincarnation. Ukzalega kwakhe okunye kukuwe. You are reborn. He's reborn in you, and we see that it's been our traditions since the beginning of time. When you get born as a child, you don't know that person. But the person, Brahmi, there's someone in the family who once said, we
invite
my grade 12, my teacher. I will tell history.
Oh, okay. Alright, okay. People told me maybe the greeting the good as young.
Recoca Kobo, and I get Vigo Aronyo first school under project.
Yeah.
Then here for my grade 12 for 11, I think. 11 area got 10 area fella. By the history one.
But history.
No,
my 11.
Come 11. But what are 2 minutes?
But busy only corrections.
Oh.
Only corrections.
We are tired many about history kofats. Let me share good Columba history kofats. We are tired but teacher assigns facility in Smudu and Sabon. They must not teach history is more important. Mwana 8 squats on Kotin. How many kids? By no why country? One or Thailand, tell us about South Africa. They know nothing. South Africa before Naile before colonizing. They don't know that we are Azanians. They don't know. They don't know about.
Teaching me about Hitler. Kukwini abused those white people, those bures. He gave them a run of their money. But you're not teaching us about him. Why? You can't afford to tarnish your name. They can't. Hey, if we tell these people Luguti, Skukune, and his brothers, they were whooping our asses. Koshi Mampuru. We can't afford to. They rather tell us ukuthi Mampuru
You know
lost.
why they are disclosing? You know why they are closing that? They know that if Kukun had power to abuse them, it means we, the following generation, we will have power to do that.
We have
That's
the
how they
power. Bruru, Kukune overland ke bana ba kwa habo ka nna ka sekreste sa ma missionary. Nahana obola ke bana ba ga geno.
A re lena ke kgoši ya lena mara no le mpotsa ka kgoši gore ke Jesu.
Bayadlala laba bantu laba. My little, we have a long history before white people even knew about us. These kids don't know how great Zimbabwe was before Germany came to Zimbabwe.
I wish they knew.
Zimbabwe was one of the biggest civilizations in southern Africa.
I wish they knew.
It was a beautiful, beautiful city. It was the most magnificent. Brami, they used to call Southern Africa, I forgot this name, but in translation is the land of no man, where a lot of people didn't come into, but they recognized.
So sorry my dad to disturb you. They wiped out the whole Khoisan. And when I told people that one day black people will be like this, like a statue, say there was once Mkuswana alone, they're only one ever to Baba Pinky. But wow, we used to have black people, like they were black. Yes, even the statue they made it black. You see, they used to tie. Oh, one of those videos, what happened to them? Oh, the last one of him still stays there. They even made him a house. There's the last one. They visited him on presidential house.
Yeah.
He's the last black person, the last. But here are some of the black people. You can see them from the statues. This one was a King Shaka, but he was before. These are his sons. And that day is coming. You see, 3,000. By 3,000, they'll be done with us. But by 2030, they have a mandate down. At least by 2030, each and every black person is vaccinated. Which means by 2030, they are now starting to instill their projects. They run. So by 2090, the activation of Corona starts, kicks back. Because by that time, the very same people who are vaccinated and these people who are also affected, that's the one I've been doing. Right? When sex, they
and they produce children that are still yes.
That's how HIV did it, man. So you must remember that by 3,000 we won't have black people. So if we don't fight now, the Chinese will survive. They'll survive in their manner because they will survive. Those are the people who study Tara because they are the controllative descendants. You understand? Some of our reincarnations will come from China. There will be another liberal war from China. Maybe I will come from China. So I had this dream about Japan. Maybe I will reincarnate from China. That's not an issue. That it can be achieved if I don't start a war. But if I start a war, we won't have it. If my brothers know that we are going to be extinct by 3,000, I know this, man. Trust me. I looked at, they wiped out the coal with 5 generations. Okay. The first generation was with the mind. The second one, it became with diseases. Then the third one normally kills the rest. Because now from there they start being different, cool, color. Kill themselves. Wipe themselves. Just like people are going to kill themselves now by 2000. Yeah, by 2000. You see a high number of xenophobia. You see a high number of wars. Because what will happen is that you see now we're in a national unit. EFF might pull back next year with 2 years, allowing it to go as an opposing party again. So this is what's going to happen. Now that there is this holds, everyone is going to use their hold. The party is going to use their hold to say, we want a separate country. The Zulus want a separate country. The Coloureds want to separate. Now everyone want to separate. But because the Western, they're in the middle, they will have to use us against each other. So they will make sure that the Pedi fights the colored fights the Zulu, and then the Davis or Salah one race. As it's Salah one race, that's the plan I'm telling you about. This race won't make it to 3,000. It was like 50 people, only 50 black people left.
Because even now you can see that's what they're still trying to do. Bashula ukuthi nje sina siyazala njalo.
Aye. Uzokhuluma ngalento. Do you know how many mothers we lose over birth? Out of 60 kids that are born. Right? Only 30 mothers make it.
Shit.
Do you know that?
That's half.
Because our mothers are being killed during the labor. The hospitals, have you been to the hospitals?
Horrible.
When you go to, what's this hospital of? It's Queen Elizabeth Central Hospital. It's in Kenya, not Kenya. Benin. Not Benin.
What's the name of the hospital?
Queen Elizabeth. Queen Elizabeth Central Hospital. It's still in, I think, Guinea. If not Guinea, yeah, Guinea, somewhere there. Hey, man, it's tough. But what I can tell you is that for each and every birth, a mother has less chances of making it. Yeah?
Can I bubble?
Mama baya. Ngaqeda ukuthi umntwana hamba.
So we have to even make sure that our mothers have facilities that will keep them alive.
As a parent, I actually pay them intentionally.
Nah. Let's move guys. We are going far.
Far.
One day you guys be telling stories. Now, by that time when the time arrives, it won't be you going to them. It will be them coming to you. I'm telling you. You guys will have your own museum. Isn't what is stage? What reality? Action. And again, what's not stage? You go to Navarre, you go over there. Motoke bele mona straight. Ale bosa di da.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. We have to do
I'm
those.
being honest with you.
Those is a must, brother.
Not the God I know.
That's the